Have you ever thought to yourself, I just wish my employees would do more than what's right in front of them, more than what I tell them to do? Well, I've heard a lot of leaders talk about that, and in my research with hyper-growth companies, this is a number one thing that I hear over and over and over. It's something like, I wish they would go beyond just checking the box and do what really needs to be done. Hi, my name's Gene Hammett. I work with hyper-growth companies. I help companies understand the challenges and chaos of hyper-growth so that they can get their teams to perform at a higher level through all phases of growth. I have been talking about this for a long time, but let's zero in on one specific thing. If you want your employees to go beyond just checking the box and you want them to actually do the work, let me ask you one big critical question. Are you having conversations where you are delegating tasks, or are you having conversations where you really talk about the outcome that you're looking to create? Now, you may think that you're having these outcome conversations, but let me let you in on a few clues. Many people that I've talked to and many of the team leaders and the managers believe that they're having outcome conversations, when in reality, they're just delegating step by step. The line begins to get blurred because you want to help them. You want to help them and give them the guidance, especially if you've been there before and you know what to do step by step. But here's the thing about work today. You don't want to train them to just do step by step, because if they're waiting for instructions from you every day, then they're going to not feel like you're trusting them. They're going to feel like they're not contributing the way they could be, and they're going to really wonder what else is out there. So what do you want to do instead as a leader of a high-performing team, and you want them to really go beyond this sense of just responsibility doing the work to actually want to do the work? Well, I believe you want them to own it. All my research and all the conversations I've had with over 100 Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in the country, these leaders have said you want your employees to own it. And so what I want to give you today is one tip to get them to own it. It is in the next conversation you have, talk about the way you're delegating. Talk about the way you're talking about your work. Just have a conversation and ask them if it's okay if you begin to shift into just talking about the outcomes that are necessary for this role, and have that conversation. You can talk about goals. You can talk about anything that you want to, but what I want you to resist in doing is telling them how to do it. Because if you want them to own the goal, you also want them to own the process. And your leadership, your one-on-one conversations is not about telling them how to do it. And I'm not saying that you wouldn't get in there and help them if they needed it, but I'm just saying give them a chance to figure it out for themselves. That's what I'm saying about this own it, and about you getting people to go beyond just checking the box and just doing the work. All right, my name's Gene Hammett. I love what I do. I help companies really understand how to leverage hypergrowth, how their companies can learn from the lessons of the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in America. And I share those insights through this podcast, through what I call hypergrowth tips. You can go to hypergrowth.tips, or you can go to the writing I do at Inc. Magazine. You can find me. Just go to genehammett.com/Inc. And then also I publish interview podcasts, and I do speeches, and I do all of this stuff aligned to help teams perform at a higher level so that they have growth inside their organization. And most of it comes from the work I've done and the research I've done in the Inc. 5000. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Otherwise, please keep listening to the content. Please keep sharing it, and I'll see you next time.